year into our marriage, we had a big fight about how often we would.
Is that all the thing? That's not the only thing we ever fought about.
No, it wasn't.
But you're making it sound like.
No, but we did have a disagreement, and we were like, okay, we have to just like both compromise. And we both compromised and came to a solution, and that's worked ever since. But like, there's been that, and then there was like parenting, and then there was like schooling, and like just big major fights throughout the years. And I say big major.
I think our biggest arguments have been about things that we're both very passionate about.
Yeah.
Like very strong decision. Like I feel very powerfully about this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, well, I'm the complete opposite. And I also feel really passionate. Those are our biggest fights. It's not usually trivial stuff.
No.
But I will say that trivial stuff definitely wears away at your tolerance.
For the bigger stuff.
Right? Like, one thing that bothers me a lot is you're constantly leaving lights on wherever you go.
I'm sorry.
It's just so absent-minded. It's not intentional. You're just kind of like, well, I just turn on all the lights in the house and it's the middle of the day.
And I think it's somewhat my eyesight too. Like I have bad eyesight, and if I turn on the lights, it makes it a little bit better. So I just no thought to turn off the light, because that's also like taking off my glasses, and it's really irritating to take off my glasses. But see, it's these little conversations though that are important, because I feel like without them, there's no understanding for where the other person is coming from.
Yeah.
And like, I think a lot of people don't have these conversations. I feel like in a lot of marriages, you might say that, and I might be like, no, I don't want to. And then you might be like, you won't budge for me. Like, and that means to you, you don't love me. You know what I mean? Like, but these are all just like inner thoughts, or you don't even care what I feel.
Right.
Like, you don't even care about my feelings, which translates to you don't love me, or you're not loving me right now.
Enough to care.
Yeah. Where it's like, no, that's not it at all. There needs to be communication there, to like work through these, even the little things. I feel like it can't be like a brother-sister thing where it's like you just fight about it and you just ignore each other and then you just scream and, I love you. Like, no, it's like, I think what has made our relationship so good is that we have started with the most important things that have bothered us the most, one thing at a time, 1 month at a time, whatever, and like worked through those things until we actually feel good.
And I think on top of that, something that's really been a huge difference maker with our way of communicating and working through disagreements is our like deep, powerful desire and love for the other person. Mm-hmm. Like, I genuinely am like, I want you to be so happy. I want you to be, well taken care of. I want you to be, excited about life, and I don't want to stifle that. And so,
see, those things that you just said don't get said enough in people's relationships.
I think a lot of relationships, they get so frustrated with each other. Like, everything starts off with a lot of love and infatuation, and, and then they get married. But when they start having those hard times, you're like, you're so inconsiderate. You don't care about my feelings. Mm-hmm. Well, you don't care about my feelings. You don't really love me. You don't really even care that much. And I think it just rubs away, and it becomes raw to the point where it's like they're so upset by the other person.
They'll go
anymore. Out of their way to try to make the other person more upset. Mm-hmm. And more like they'll actually poke and prod each other to try to make them angry, because that's how they feel they're being treated. Mm-hmm. But not intentionally, but yeah, that's how they feel.
Yeah.